Hey everybody, and welcome back. Today, this is going to be a little bit different episode. We're going to be doing the fundamentals of sewing. This is just going to be a few of the things that I do, probably 3, maybe 4 different things that I'm going to show you that I do and how I do them. So, now, let's get into them. Well, I guess as you can see, the new me. Brooke came over last night and she gave me a dye job. Well, she fixed my hair the color. It's more of what I was looking for. And she gave me a haircut. Kind of bouncy, and I like it. So I want to say a big thank you to Brooke for making me feel better about myself. We spent a lot of laughter and time together last night. It was so fun, and I really appreciate it. I am going to show you some of the fundamentals of sewing that I myself do. And I'm going to start with the utmost basic things, and that is how to thread a needle. I'm going to show you how to thread a sewing needle and how to thread a sewing machine. So let's do this. This may be hard to see, but as you can see, I've got a needle right here. And I'm going to demonstrate with black thread so you guys can see. Some people may have not the best eyesight, and this can be kind of hard to do. I'm going to cut off the end. It's always better to have a straight edge. And I don't know if you can see or not, but there is the eye of the needle right there. And this may take a few efforts because, you know, I don't have the best eyesight. You just take your thread, line it up with the hole, push it through, pull. My advice is this. When you're hand sewing, which I do a lot of hand sewing. When you're hand sewing, try not to get your thread too long, because if you get your thread too long, it tends to, I'll just went ahead and cut my thread so it'll be that long. But it will tend to knot up on you if you get it too long. And that can be bad. So, I'm now going to show you, sorry, I did it prematurely, but now I've got my thread evened right here on the end, as you can see. Some people will take it around their finger and pull it like this, and they'll have a loop, and they'll bring the end of the thread through the loop. It's been a while since I've done this, so this may take me just a second. I've tied mine a different way. So you just take it and you pull it through, and you will have a knot. See right there? Right there is the knot. Cut the tail off, and there is that one. Now, I'm going to show you another way that I tie a knot in my thread. It helps to have a wet finger. You just pinch it between your fingers, twist it around, and kind of rub your thumb and your finger together and pull. And it'll do that. Let me show you again. Take your end of your thread, place it between your finger and your thumb, like this. Wrap it around, and to pick up both the one that's wrapped and the one that's laying over, rub them like this, backwards, and then just pull. That's it. That's all you have to do. And that's how I thread. That's how I tie mine. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of stitches. So, I'm going to show you just a running stitch, which is basically you take your needle just like this. Let me cut this off to a smaller piece. Now, take the pointed end of your needle that's not threaded, put it inside the fabric, just like this, and then you will do push in, push out, push in, push out, push in, push out, until you get as bad much on your needle as you want, and then you just pull. You push in, push out, push in, push out, push in, push out, push in, push out. And some people like to use a thimble for this. I never could use a thimble. I always found them to be cumbersome and bulky. So just pull it through. And just like this, when you get to the end, you will want to go in, out at the same spot. In and out, in and out, in and out. And this is about like a back stitch. This will keep it from pulling out. It locks your stitch into place. Cut your thread. And there you go. Now, I'm going to show you how to do a back stitch. On a back stitch, here's what you're going to want to do. Here's what you're going to want to do. You're going to go in and back out one time. Pull it through. And right here where you started your stitch, you're going to want to go back in at that spot, make a little bit longer stitch, just like this. Pull it. Until it looks like this. Then you're going to repeat it. Go back to where the stitch ended. Make a little bit longer stitch beyond where it came out. Pull it in and out. This is not going to be straight because I'm doing this at an awkward angle. In and out. Let me do one more and I'll show you. In and out. Now, this makes a stronger stitch actually. Now, at the end, you're going to want to do the same thing you did previously. Go back here to the end of the stitch, last stitch. Go back out the same where you ended, just like this. You'll go in where this stitch ended, back out where that stitch ended, pull, and you'll do that a couple of times, and that will lock it into place. Cut your thread, and there you go. There's that. See, there's a running stitch and there's a back stitch. Like I said, that's crooked because I did it at an awkward angle. Now, there's just the basics of a needle and thread. Now I'm going to show you how to thread a sewing machine and how we are going to do a bobbin. How we're going to thread a bobbin. Let me grab my thread. Okay, I've got this black thread right here so you guys can see. Now, you have this little bar right here. This right here is for threading your bobbin, so we won't worry about that right now. But right here is where that holds your thread. So what you're going to do is you're just going to place your thread on your spool holder. And now, there's a little hook right here. Not all sewing machines are alike, but there's a little hook right here. You are going to put it inside that little hook. Now, there's a little hook right here on the back. This is number 1, this is number 2. you just go ahead and you pull it through there. Now, right here is a little roller thing. So we got it in the hook. Now, what we're gonna do is we are going to go this way around the front and back around, just like this. Now, it's this little roller thing. Let me show you again. We're gonna go around the front, around the little groove, and down. Right here is a little groove. We are going to take it down that way. We are going to pull it up, and there should be a bar in here, in this groove right here. There should be a bar that's got a little notch in it. We take it and we wrap it around that bar, just like so. Pull it down. There's a little hook down here at the bottom. Right here, there's a little hook. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Now, raise my needle up. There's a hook down here on top of the needle. I'm going to wrap this around the hook. And there's a needle right here. And we're going to thread this the same way we threaded a regular needle. So you just, there's a little hole. You just stick it into the hole. There we go. Now, the top is now threaded all the way. Now down here is your bobbin. It's a little lever right here on your bobbin that should open it. Then you can just pull, let me move my thread. You just pull that out. I'm gonna take this bobbin out because it's already threaded. Now, I've got a bobbin right here. I am going to take some white thread. Just like this. And there is a little hole. There's a little hole right here. Can you see that little hole? Right there. I'm going to go from the bottom up. Pull it through a pretty good ways. Then I'm going to put it on this little lever right here. Push it to the side. This is my foot right here. I am going to, let me get this around here so I can use it. All right, now I'm gonna hold my thread. Got my spool right here, and I'm just gonna master foot, and it's gonna start spinning. It's going to start winding the bobbin. Now I've got it started. It's easier to do it this way actually. And you just go until it's as full as you want it. Okay, that's good enough. Cut your thread, pull the lever, take it off. And there is your bobbin that's been threaded. Now, you just take your bobbin and you just place it into the casing, just like this. Make sure that this thread can go backwards. So, place that in. There's a little groove right here. You guys may want to do a close-up of this stuff. And you just thread it through the little groove, just like this. Then I'm going to take my lever it should lower my needle and it should pick up the bobbin, just like so. Let me do that again. Let's get the bobbin out. My needle's still threaded. Make sure the thread can go backwards. Thread it through the little notch. Bring it over here. And this is a thread cutter right here. Now hold on to your needle thread. Move your lever, your spinning wheel, to lower your needle. It goes down, picks up the bobbin, pull up on the needle thread, and it will bring the bobbin thread up. Just like that. And you've got two threads. You got a black, I got my black one, I got my white one. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my plastic cover back over my bobbin because I don't want any debris to get into there. Let me raise my press. This is your presser foot right here. This right here, this is called your presser foot. So let me go ahead and raise that. Oh, it's right here. It's on the back, the lever to raise your presser foot. Now, let's go ahead and put this back in. It just snaps it back in, just like so. Now, I'm going to take this piece of fabric that I just used. This is going to be backwards to me, but I'm going to kind of show you. Lower your presser foot. Now, I'm going to use my pedal, and I'm just going to start guiding it through. Raise my presser foot. Try to make sure you pull your thread a pretty good ways out, because if you don't, it will pull through. And when you sew your next batch, and that's not fun. Cut my thread. And it's kind of hard to see, but there is the stitching. That was some fundamentals of sewing. We just did threading a needle, tying a knot in the end of your thread. We did a basic running stitch, and we did a back stitch. I also showed you how to thread your sewing machine, how to thread your bobbin, how to get them both together, and how to just basically sew. You also have on your sewing machine right here, this is a back stitch. You can press this and it will go back and forth. So let me show you what I'm talking about. This is pretty easy to do. I'm used to the lever being on the side, so let me go ahead and run a stitch. And then I'm gonna press this down and it goes backwards. Then it can go back forwards, and that locks your stitch into place. So that's the same as a back stitch, locking your stitches into place. So, sorry, I forgot to show you that, but that will lock your stitches into place. You can do it to start and to end, and it'll lock it in and it won't pull through. And you have a stitch out. I'll show you the stitch lengths and the button and the stitch designs and how to change a needle on the next one. But that was the basics on this one. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below and tell me, do you sew? Do you like to sew? Have you ever been taught to sew? These are just simple things that you can do to, and I'm gonna show you how to do, how to pin a pattern, how to cut out a pattern, how to piece together stuff. I will show you, like I said, the fundamentals of a sewing machine, the stitch lengths, the different stitches. I also have a serger. I can show you about my serger. I just have any number of things that how to put on a button, how to sew a button, how to hem, we're going to go into all those things. But this is just part 1 of the fundamentals of sewing, and I hope you enjoyed it. So comment down below and tell me what your ideas and practices are when you sew. So don't forget to like, to subscribe, to hit that notification button, and to share my video. And until next time, bye.